Well, good morning and welcome aboard the little 495 this morning. I've just made the huge 10-minute journey out in the real rough conditions, as you can see. Just punched out to the soft bait grounds. Wish I was heading way out there because I just launched the boat at 6:30 this morning and the car parks around the boat ramp are absolutely chocker. A few recognisable trailers and utes there. Everyone's heading wide for tuna. The tuna are absolutely firing out of Tairua at the moment. I've got a few chores to do this RV, so I will not be heading out there. Plus I think I need to grow some bigger knackers if I'm going to take this little sucker out there and try for a tuna, but I'm definitely keen. But it's supposed to blow up this RV as well, so I need a dead flat day to do that, I reckon. But anyway, we're going to do a bit of soft baiting this morning. There's a good little bit of breeze this morning that's heading in the right direction to push me through the right drift. So we're just pulling up here on what you'd see there is a little anchor. That's my main little spozzie there. There's just a little bit of nothing really on the sounder, but we're going to start heading in that direction towards that rock there, hopefully, and in and around there is where we want to be. So I don't think I'm going to need to deploy the sea anchor this morning. Light breeze, it'll probably just push us along quite nicely. So I'll get set up and we'll start flicking, and hopefully can get onto a bit of a moot hanger this morning. I've got another spot that I'm going to try. I'm just wondering if there's enough wind and lift getting in there to move things around, because there's a little bit of lift here this morning. That's why I've picked this spot, because the lift definitely helps and gets things moving and the fish biting, I reckon. But enough chit chat, let's get into it. So the wind's just blowing me and I'm kind of now drifting down just outside the weed line, which I'm not angry about. I came out here a couple of mornings ago actually, and first fish was a nice 10-pound snapper, and I got it up and he'd absolutely crunched the jig head to the point where it was that bent that I couldn't even get it out of his mouth. I had to bend it back open to get it out, and then his mouth was completely full of worms, so they're obviously feeding out on the sand. I caught him over the structure, but he'd obviously just come out off the sand, and then the next two fish I caught after that were also full of worms. So they're obviously sitting right on this weed line, so we'll give this a crack. If not, we'll push in onto the hard foul. Oh, we're right on the weed line now. There's a little bit of sign there, nothing too crazy, but it's quite a good drift actually. We're just going to drift down the weed line and then end up heading over the reef. Oh, there's some good thick sign coming through now. See if we can get something on the board. Second cast. We're currently in 21 meters. It'll probably come up to about 12 once we go over this rock. The rock's usually where it all goes down. On. Right on that sign, on the drop. Just went to tighten up and he's on. Nice pig yanny, probably one for the bin. I'll take a couple of nice pennies. Around that 2 kg mark's my eating size. Good big fillet, 2 fish, feed the family for a night. That's enough for us. We're all about the catch and release. We came out here the other night, Jane and I caught 30-ish snapper, put them all back. We just do it for fun. Just take what we need and always release the big dogs. Second cast, good start. It's a perfect eater too. That right there, to me, is the perfect eater. On the 7-inch motor oil. That one's going on the bump. That was quite a good little patch of sign we drifted over there. Definitely do that drift again. I was just given that time to sink down, and then I thought it's probably down far enough, I'll just wind in a little bit of slack, and then he was on. A lot of people say you shouldn't even have any slack while it's dropping, and I'm still getting used to the old soft baiting gig. I haven't done a hell of a lot of it, but yeah, I've probably missed a few fish due to having a bit of slack on the line as it sinks. It was quite a nice surprise when you wind in the slack and there's something on. Let's do it again. Not as much on the sounder now, but we're still just drifting along that weed line, and we're not far off the rock actually. It's actually a good drift. I find a lot of the bigger snaps I pick up out here seem to be just out on the sand rather than hard over the foul. Might have to put the sea anchor out actually. We're starting to pick up the speed. Deploy! Oh, this is a good one. So he's just playing with it there, nibbling. Actually feels like a decent fish too, but he was just playing with it then. Yeah, it's a DC. It's pulling a bit of string. It's not bad. It's funny, it's like that 10-pounder I caught the other day. Just nibble, whack, and then just pissed around a bit and then put the heat on. By the way, that was really disappointing. I went home with that footage. I didn't have a lot, so I was going to come back out either today, yeah, and finish it off and get some more footage, and then it somehow played up on the memory card and I couldn't get it off, which was really disappointing because it was a cool fish. It was a really good scrap for a 10-pounder, and then an epic release as I put it in the water and it started spitting out all the worms and stuff. Oh, I've got a deep carwine. Yuck! Yeah, but unfortunately that footage let itself go. But maybe we can get another one, a bigger one. I was not expecting you down there. Chill. Alright, so the weed line drift produced 1 penny and a carwine. Now I'm pushing in to drift over what I call Frank's Rock, my favourite rock. We'll try that, we'll see what kind of sign's sitting on here. Usually there's a pack of sign first thing in the morning. Actually there's a good sign here already. We've literally just moved about 50 metres, but sometimes that 50 metres can do it. Oh yeah, it's a good sign already. So we'll try this. Depending how this goes, we'll either stay here or we'll go to the new Spot X, which seems to have a bit of lift through there, so could be really good. And I haven't fished it early morning yet. Is this a crap? Yeah, we're on a good drift right now. Yeah, nibs. Ooh. Frank's Rock. This is what we were after. On the drop, 7-inch motor oil. He's doing the right things, team. Well, he's not giving up, he's heading out. That's what happens when you don't have the sea anchor out, eh? You start drifting away from the fish. Makes the fight longer though, which is good. And he's pulling a bit of string, which I love. It's not huge. Doesn't have a hell of a lot of weight to it, but it's a nice fish. It's doing the right things. Definitely doing the right things. Oh, I love that sound. This is kind of like that 10-pounder I got the other day. pulled similar amount of string. Oh, he's coming up here now. Nothing huge. Be a nice snap though. Come on, are you a netter? Yes. Not huge, but don't want to lose it at the boat. Nice one. Wait a minute. Oh. Weighty though, weighty nugget. Follow me down here. Nice fish. We're on the drop. Frank's Rock. Alright, follow me back up. Shh, shh, shh. Wake the neighbours. Oh no, don't do that. 7-inch motor oil for like a six pound snap. Really good condition. I've been saying that for the last 2 weeks. Really good condition, but they're so fat, and when they're fat, like as you just saw, they fight really well, eh? Really nice healthy fish. Motor oil's been doing the damage for me the last few days, last week. I'll get that out of his mouth and we'll release him. Follow me, Darren. Get on back. Right in the corner. As some of you might have seen and just be wondering what I'm doing, my soft bait's on backwards. It's just had an absolute hiding. Look, I've caught so many fish on it, so I just put it through backwards. Some people are real pedantic about their soft baits. Me, obviously works. Shit, when that runs out, I'll probably bloody hook it through the tail and throw it out.